Hey, in this video, I'm going to answer the questions of what is impermanent loss in crypto and how to avoid impermanent loss in the first place. To understand how does impermanent loss work is a tough yet important task. It's a subject that requires understanding what liquidity pools are and what role do liquidity providers play in the overall DeFi ecosystem. But I'll explain all of that, and it's going to be a valuable lesson. You'll know how to avoid unexpected losses. Impermanent loss is a double-edged sword. It could trigger panic for the inexperienced traders and cause them to act irrationally. Yet, as the name suggests, this kind of loss is not permanent, at least not every time. Therefore, this understanding of what is impermanent loss in crypto will lead you to a more robust mindset when it comes to making actual financial decisions and getting a hold of your crypto portfolio. Welcome to Crypto Finally Explained, the most crypto-friendly educational YouTube channel for actually learning crypto. Here, I finally explain crypto topics using simple animations, visual doodles, and real-life examples, so no matter if you're 5 or 75, you'll be able to understand it. In this video, we're going to get impermanent loss explained by tackling the essential questions of what's a liquidity pool impermanent loss, what's the connection between the two, and what's the impermanent loss definition overall. I'll also provide an impermanent loss example so you could get a clear picture of the seemingly complex phenomenon. Alright, let's jump straight into this. In dry theory, impermanent loss is a phenomenon that affects those who provide liquidity to a liquidity pool in the crypto space. We've already encountered a problem. You can't really explain complex phenomena by using even more complex terminology, thus making it all sound more difficult than it already is. So, before we delve into it, let's quickly run over the basics. As I've already mentioned, this topic requires at least some understanding of how liquidity pools work. To understand this concept fully, be sure to check out my channel. I've got a separate video about liquidity pools. But for this video, let's take a brief look at how they work and what's the deal with liquidity pool impermanent loss. A liquidity pool is a pool of funds locked in a smart contract, allowing users to trade cryptocurrencies efficiently. Think of it as a pool filled with funds contributed by individuals, creating a bustling marketplace where cryptocurrencies are readily available for trading. I mean, when you're buying or swapping tokens on a decentralized exchange, the coins that you're after don't just fall from the sky. Liquidity providers put them up, thus allowing such crypto operations to take place. Understanding this is crucial to fully comprehend impermanent loss. Think of it as a friend gathering on a nice summer evening. People bring food, snacks, drinks, and games and put them on a table for everyone to enjoy. You could regard every one of these people as fun providers. They enable the evening to be a fun experience for everyone who wants to enjoy it. Similarly, liquidity providers provide liquidity for those who want to go on and engage in crypto trading operations. Here's how it works. When you add your crypto assets to a liquidity pool, you're essentially becoming a liquidity provider. These pools function through smart contracts that automatically adjust prices based on the ratio of assets in the pool. This, in turn, allows traders to, well, trade cryptocurrencies. By the way, if smart contracts got you raising your eyebrow, don't worry, I've got a video about this topic as well. Be sure to check it out. Let's illustrate this process of providing liquidity with an example. Imagine you deposit 100 Ether and $10,000 worth of stablecoins into a liquidity pool. Now, traders can effortlessly swap their tokens with yours, making transactions seamless and efficient. If someone wanted to exchange their cryptos for, let's say, 110 Ether, and you were the only liquidity provider to the pool, the operation could not be completed. Therefore, the more liquidity providers there are, the more smooth and efficient the overall trading process becomes. So, as you can probably see, liquidity pools are the backbone of decentralized exchanges and various DeFi protocols, ensuring a smooth trading experience for all participants. Now, with that out of the way, we can continue answering the big question of what is impermanent loss in crypto. Well, first and foremost, impermanent loss in crypto isn't something that absolutely everyone should be worried about. It's a headache only for those who choose to become liquidity providers. Thus, liquidity pool impermanent loss is synonymous with liquidity loss in crypto. Let's go for a hypothetical yet practical example to see how impermanent loss occurs. For the sake of simplicity, let's imagine that 1 Ether is worth $100. Thus, 1 ETH is worth 100 stablecoins, the coins that are designed to remain of a fixed value, which is $1, at least in most cases. Meet John, a liquidity provider who stakes 1 ETH and 100 USDT. According to the automated market maker concept, the staked tokens need to be of equivalent value, a 50-50 ratio. AMMs are a core mechanism that enables many DeFi operations. They use pools of funds to facilitate trades, making it easy for users to buy and sell tokens at any time, providing liquidity for the market. Think of an AMM as a food courier that delivers food from a restaurant to the one who ordered it. They work similarly by connecting those who want to sell certain tokens with those who want to buy them, and vice versa. Okay, back to the liquidity pool impermanent loss example. Our new friend John stakes 1 ETH and 100 USDT. Initially, his stake accounts for 10% of the total liquidity pool, which means that the pool is overall comprised of 10 ETH and 1000 USDT. Fast forward 1 week, and the price of 1 ETH has risen to 400 USDT, causing an imbalance in the pool. Now, the total value of 10 ETH is 4000 USDT, while the pool still holds only 1000 USDT. If you're not new to the crypto sphere, you can sense that this creates an opportunity for crypto arbitrageurs. The people who look for price imbalances like this one and snatch these opportunities to buy something for cheap and sell it somewhere else for a higher price. I've got an entire video about them, so be sure to check it out to understand this phenomenon better. So, arbitrageurs notice the inefficiency and take action. They buy ETH from the pool with USDT, removing ETH and adding USDT until the pool is rebalanced. In this case, they'll continue this process until there's 5 ETH and 2000 USDT left in the pool. Now, John wants to see if he incurred an impermanent loss or made a profit. He withdraws his 10% share from the pool, which now amounts to 0.5 ETH and 200 USDT. He sells the 0.5 ETH for $200 because 1 Ether is now worth $400 and adds it to the 200 USDT, making $400. However, if he had simply held on to his 1 ETH and 100 USDT, the total value would have been $500, with 1 ETH at $400. By providing liquidity in the automated market maker, John's gains are 50% less than they would have been if he had held his cryptocurrencies and not staked them. This loss is called impermanent because it only becomes real when the liquidity provider withdraws their position. Additionally, if the value of ETH returns to 100 USDT, the loss will be reversed, assuming the liquidity provider hasn't withdrawn their stake. But this is crypto. Same as stablecoins sometimes appear to be less than stable, so can impermanent loss become permanent because you can never tell whether the asset's value will actually return to its original state. Be sure to keep this in mind. Okay, having answered the question of what is impermanent loss in crypto, we can move on to more practical matters. I'm talking about the question of how to avoid impermanent loss. Well, there's both good news and bad news. The bad news is that liquidity providers cannot completely escape impermanent loss. But the good news, however, is that they can implement various strategies to mitigate this risk. One effective approach is to go for stablecoin pairs when providing liquidity. As already mentioned, stablecoins are cryptocurrencies that are pegged to a stable asset, usually the US dollar, and their value remains relatively steady over time. By choosing stablecoin pairs, liquidity providers can reduce the chances of experiencing significant price swings, thus lowering the risks of impermanent loss. However, it's important to note that using stablecoin pairs may also mean missing out on potential profits during bullish market conditions when other cryptocurrencies experience significant price appreciation. Another critical factor in avoiding impermanent loss is selecting pairs with lower volatility and a more stable price history. Cryptocurrencies known for their high volatility should be approached with caution, as they can lead to more substantial losses. Liquidity providers should be mindful of market conditions and choose pairs that are less likely to experience sudden price changes. To rely on yet another down-to-earth example, imagine making plans with two types of people. The first one is someone who you know to be trustworthy, dedicated, and respecting of other people's time. The second one is someone who's known for being a mess, always being late and not able to manage their time. It's obvious who is a better choice when it comes to planning something together. Similar logic applies to choosing what coins or tokens to opt for when it comes to providing liquidity. Managing impermanent loss also involves closely monitoring the market and knowing when to adjust or withdraw the provided liquidity. Since the value of deposited assets in a liquidity pool is very much affected by market fluctuations, liquidity providers need to be aware of potential changes in asset prices and be prepared to act accordingly to optimize their returns. And by having explained this, I can congratulate you that, from now on, you too know the answer to what is impermanent loss in crypto. This enables you to be aware of the more intricate DeFi processes that are constantly taking place, which in turn allows you to get a better understanding of the overall crypto industry. Not only will you be aware of the potential dangers that await if you decide to venture into the realm of liquidity providers, but you'll know how to reduce them, if not avoid them completely. Do you have any experience with impermanent loss? Share your thoughts, insights, and questions in the comment section below. Let's talk about it. If you found this video valuable, be sure to click those like and subscribe buttons. And as always, I hope to see you in my next video. Till then.